Hello, I'm Bernard Keevy. Welcome to how to double your income and double your time off in 90 days. So it all starts with the 80-20 rule, which effectively says that roughly 80% of what you do gets you 20% of your results, 20% of what you do gets you 80% of your results. There's also another very important principle which basically says that if you observe an item, an aspect of your behaviour, you automatically improve it. It's a bit like there's a law in physics called Heisenberg's uncertainty effect, which says that if you try to measure or observe a particle, you change its behaviour. And it's the same in human behaviour. If you observe what you're doing, your behaviour, you'll change it for the better because you're paying attention to it. So the first starting point is to work out what it is that comes under the heading of the 80% of things we do that get us 20% of our results, and then what are the things that come under the heading of the 20% that get us 80% of our results. So now our starting point is we've got this 80-20. So if that was a 40-hour week, that means we'd be spending 32 hours or 4 days a week doing the things that get us 20% of our results, and 1 day or 8 hours doing the things that get us the 80% of our results. And if we're earning 100,000 to start with, then that would mean that 4 days a week is generating 20k and 1 day a week is generating 80k. So if we know what those things are that we do, and we can work out for ourselves, which we can do, work out for ourselves the things that get us the 20% and the things that are getting us the 80%, then what if we were to double the time we spent on the things that generate the 80%. So now we're doing 40 hours a week. We're doing 40% of our time there and 40%. I think that makes sense. We're doing 40% of our time there and 40% of our time there, which means we're doing 80% of what we were doing. So in other words, we're doing half the time that we were spending on the things that produce 20%. So we're now doing 16 hours of that instead of 32, and we're doing twice the time here on the things that get us 80%. So we're doing 16 hours instead of 8. So if you add it up, we're now doing 32 hours instead of 40, but we're generating half of the 20k, 10k, but twice as much of what was 80k, which is 160. So we're now earning 170 rather than 100, and we're doing 32 hours and 40. Which is fine, but then you're going to say to me, well, that isn't doubling your income and doubling your time off. Well, no, not yet it isn't. But then we have this other very important principle here, which is called the learning curve effect, or the efficiency effect, or the law of increasing returns, it's sometimes referred to. The way this works is that the more time you devote to doing something, you get better at it. You become more competent, more efficient. So your efficiency increases. So what will actually happen here is, as we devote more time to the things that generate us 80%, we'll get better at doing those things as well. So we won't just get twice as much because we're spending twice as long. We'll get more than twice as much. So we won't get just say 160, we'll get a lot more than that, which means that we'll actually end up being able to produce a lot more, and we might not even need to spend double the time on these things, because by spending more time we become more efficient and become better. And basically it becomes a virtuous circle. It's a cumulative effect. And what happens more and more as this effect unfolds is that as we spend more time on the things that get us most results, we get better and better at those things, and we get more and more results without necessarily having to have, twice as much time to get twice the results, etc. You just become better at it. So that's how you can double your income and double your time off. And it'll work for anybody. It's just a question of identifying for yourself. So keep a log, if you like, of the things you do that get you most of your results and the things that you do that don't get you very much results. And basically vow to spend more time doing the things that really matter and less time doing the things that don't matter so much. And obviously it won't be exactly 80-20. I mean, that's, this is a sort of rough principle. But you can see how in a very short space of time, you could easily double your income and halve the time you're putting in other words, double your time off as well. So that's Bernard Keevy explaining how you can double your income and double your time off in 90 days. If you had a system, you could do this for your clients as well, then obviously you'll get better results for them, which means you get better results for yourself, which again means you can double your income and double your time off. So if you have a look at www.coachforprofit.com/Bernard, that'll explain how our system will help you get these sort of effects and these sort of results for your clients and for yourselves. So I hope you found that useful, and if you did, if you could like it and share it and have a look at that 8-minute video, that would be fantastic. Thank you very much for watching. I'm looking to recruit a business coach in order to help me handle existing global demand for business coaching services. And in particular, I'm looking for someone to run our Northeast US division. If you're interested in finding out more about this opportunity, which involves absolutely no financial risk or upfront investment, then go to coachforprofit.com/Bernard, watch a short 8-minute video, and if you think there's anything of interest there, then book a time and let's talk. And thank you very much for showing interest in this opportunity.